Welcome to my channel focused on movement and function. I'm Beth Wagner. Today's video is all about improving the flexibility and strength in your ankles. Whether you have a new injury or an old injury and you're still experiencing pain, stiffness, or weakness, you've come to the right place to learn some exercises that will help restore the normal function of your ankles to help you get back to doing the things that you love to do. If your ankle injury is brand new and you still have severe pain, swelling, redness, and bruising, then I suggest you start with my video addressing acute injuries. After the redness, swelling, and bruising have decreased and your pain is moderate or mild, then come back to this video. At that point, your ankle will be strong enough to handle these exercises without worsening your injury and potentially making your pain even worse. Let's get into the exercises to improve flexibility and mobility in your ankle and your calf. Exercise number 1 is a calf stretch. You'll want to find a wall or a countertop and step one foot back, bend the other knee, and lunge forward. Look down at both feet and make sure they're pointing forward. In other words, make sure you're not pointing your foot out to the side. Oftentimes when our calves are tight or our ankles are stiff, our foot tends to turn out. You want to make sure your foot is pointing forward in this exercise. Hold this position for 30 seconds and then switch legs. Do this 2 times on each side. The second exercise for ankle flexibility is an ankle alphabet. You can do this exercise standing or sitting. You want to trace the alphabet with your toes, starting with A, and make big letters. Do the full alphabet 2 to 3 times. Moving on to ankle strengthening exercises. The first one is a heel toe raise. You'll want to find a wall or a countertop for this one and press up onto your toes and then rock back onto your heels. Do 20 of these. Part 2 of this exercise is to turn your toes in. So instead of standing with your feet parallel, you'll have your toes turned in like this. Rock forward onto the toes, rock back onto your heels. The third position, you'll have your toes out. Rock forward onto your toes, rock back onto your heels. And you'll see I'm demonstrating this without holding on, so it's easier for you to see, but it's much more difficult balance-wise if you're not holding on. So do these exercises next to a wall or a countertop to make it much easier. You'll get more strengthening benefit if you have light touch on a surface. Moving on to dynamic strengthening and balance exercises. Let's start with single leg balance with your eyes open. You'll stand on one foot and lift the other foot. If you need to be touching onto a countertop or a wall to start this exercise, please go ahead and do so. And then put your foot back down. All right, part 2 of this exercise is with your eyes closed. Shift your weight, lift one foot. Once you're balanced, close your eyes, then open your eyes and put your foot back down. If you need support with this exercise, stand next to a countertop. What we're looking for in terms of normal, if there is such a thing, is to be able to stand on one leg with your eyes open for 30 seconds and with your eyes closed for 10 seconds. That gives you a good indication of how much more difficult it is to stand on one leg with our eyes closed. And that's because we use our vision quite a lot to help us with balance. The next exercise is a 3-way lunge. You'll start by lunging forward and then back to the center. Then lunge out at a 45 degree, come back to the center. Then lunge out to the side and come back to center. Try to keep your toe pointing forward in each movement. At 45 degrees, your toe is still forward, and out to the side, your toe is still forward. The last exercise is a side step squat. You'll step to the side and then squat down. Then bring your feet together. Step to the side, squat, bring your feet together. Try starting with 20 repetitions of the side step squats. See how that feels. With all of these exercises, the repetitions that I suggested are simply a guidepost. Feel free to start with doing fewer if the exercise is difficult, and do more if the exercise is a bit easier for you. Gradually increase the number that you can do as you feel stronger, more confident, and more flexible. It can take about 6 to 8 weeks of daily performance of these exercises to see noticeable changes in your flexibility, in your strength, in your walking, and in your activities. I hope the exercises in this video have provided some constructive ways for you to begin improving your range of motion, your strength, and your dynamic balance, so that ultimately you can do the everyday things that you love to do. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so, and click the bell if you'd like to be notified when I release my next video. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a great day.